Damn, I wish it wasn't so hard to learn how to read. The language that manga is typically written in. Yeah, well, doesn't matter. Been making up headcanon since 2014. I got no beef with continuing to do that. What's up, dudes? Welcome back to another episode of Real Quick Review. I'm your host, Plamo, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys today because we're talking about something that I really love. This being something that I'm really passionate about and my favorite suit of all time, today's going to be a pretty lore-heavy episode. So if you came here just for the model kit review, I mean, that's going to be in here too. Might as well stick around for the whole thing. Might learn you something. I know. Hey, boy, hey, man, just review the model kit. Nah, it's my show. I'll do what I want. I think you guys will like it too. The RX-80 Pale Rider is my favorite mobile suit design of all time. Is what I would be saying had the damn thing not went and got blowed up. Yeah, blowed. It's a phrase. I would use it in another sentence, but your mom would be very upset with me. Doesn't like it when I tell her secrets. I'll let you in on one though. She really likes this. Now I hear what you're saying. A lot of cool mobile suits in Gundam have been blown up throughout the years. Why would the destruction of the RX-80 remove it from my favorite spot? Settle down, I'll tell you. Because from the wreckage of the RX-80 Pale Rider came a faster, better, stronger, and you bet your sweet cheeks, it was a sexier mobile suit too, far superior in every way, and that is exactly how it claimed the top spot as my favorite mobile suit design. Boys and girls, we're talking about the AMX 018 Todesritter. That's German for Death Knight. How fucking metal is that? So saying Todesritter is kind of hard for me because I'm American, and moreover, I'm country as fuck. So we're just gonna refer to it as the HADES from here on out. Another thing that I love in life, just in general, is acronyms. HADES is an acronym for Hyper Animosity Detect Estimate System. And I'm inclined to think that's pretty fucking cool too. It's from a pretty decent catalog of video game suits. It's also featured in a manga, neither of which have an English translation, which is a fucking bummer. But I actually played the game with the help of a translation of the menus, and I gotta say, but I've looked at all the manga panels as well. I hope Xeonic translates this shit for us soon, because I absolutely fucking adore this thing, and I want to know as much about it as I possibly can. This is a premium Bandai kit, and it is a premium Bandai kit for a pretty good reason. Feels premium. It's a pretty sticker heavy kit, so that's kind of a drag. Like all the gold that you see here, it's stickers. I decided to build mine with the HADES unit activated. And if I'm being totally honest, I've seen other people do it with the HADES unit deactivated, using the gray stickers, and I don't really like the way that looks as much. In my opinion, this model kit, you definitely go with the gold stickers. It's a pretty chunky kit. It's every bit of the size of the Sinanju Stein. For a size comparison, we'll grab this hunk of fucking shit. I'm just kidding. And put them side by side, and you'll see they're both about the same height. Hell, they're almost the same width. But the Messer is still the thickest of boys. So even though I absolutely love the mobile suit design, the model kit is not without its faults. Number one, the stickers are a little obnoxious. I honest to God must have spent an hour and a half just applying stickers. It doesn't come with very many weapons. You get the gun, you get the beam saber, that is all. The backpack is probably my favorite part about the suit. The backpack is big, heavy, sturdy, and fucking dope as hell. I never installed the wire though, because I suck at doing that. If I was to do that, I would have to keep this thing away from everything and in its own little area. So maybe one day. I'm already, believe it or not, strapped for space. That's not even a fucking quarter of it. That's just what I keep behind me from my streams and these videos. And if I were to put all that wire together and expand this shit out, I'd really be running out of space. This backpack I've customized a lot. If you can see, I painted all the white in and the red. Also, the backpack has been matte coated just cause. But since the backpack's so goddamn heavy, this waist joint fucking blows. It is not designed to withstand the weight of this backpack. So you can absolutely forget about keeping this bad boy standing without some type of support. You may get lucky and it withstand it for a month, but over any period of time, trust me, this backpack's gonna make that motherfucker sag. Eventually, it'll just pop right off. Not the backpack, the waist joint itself. The backpack's pretty secure. This waist joint, however, absolutely not. I was gonna do an entire Pale Rider episode with this being the cherry on top, but when you really get to looking at them, this does definitely look like its final form. As you can tell, this definitely came from this, but they deserve two separate videos. But we'll give the RX-80 Pale Cavalry a little cameo anyway. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, just because of the waist joint on this thing, achieving some poses is kind of a pain in the fucking ass. But not a lot of armor gets in the way. If you remove the shield, you've pretty much got full range of motion with both arms. Nothing gets in the way down on the legs. And other than that weak waist joint and that heavy backpack, those are going to be the only things that keep you from getting what you want out of this thing. Mine's a little bit older. I got it when it first came out. But even so, this thing's going to hold some fucking dope poses. And by the end of its solo number on the turntable over there, you're going to want to add the HADES Todesritter to your collection as well. Oh, and if you're wondering where the twins went, I took my medication this morning. Let's get this guy in the photo booth and let me show you why he's my favorite. Alright, first things first, boys. Before we do a deep dive into the lore of the HADES Todesritter, just look at it. If you don't think this thing looks fucking awesome, it's time to go to the optometrist and get your goddamn eyes checked. The Todesritter is a high-performance mobile suit deployed by Neo Zeon in the Universal Century 0090. It was constructed from the wreckage of the RX-80 Pale Rider with the assistance from the one and only Anaheim Electronics. I'm sure you heard of them. They've likely got their fingerprints all over your favorite suit, seeing as how they play both sides of the war, making suits for both Zeon and the Earth Federation forces. Can't really hold that against them though, money's money, right? Anyway, the HADES was stored inside of the head unit of the RX-80 Pale Rider, and Neo Zeon decided they best just leave that sumbitch sitting right where it was. The HADES was based off of the exam system, which was intended to mechanize new type abilities into the mobile suit itself, allowing their use by normal pilots as a combat aid. We don't know much about the mechanics of the exam system, but the primary component is known to have been the captive soul of new type Merriam Welch. Yeah, that's some pretty dark shit. This should be obvious, but a person's soul doesn't want to be connected to a mobile suit, which means both the exam system and the HADES are extremely fucking volatile and hard to control. Sometimes the suit would just go berserk doing whatever the fuck it wanted, which isn't necessarily perfect, but when you don't care about the pilot inside of it, works just fine, I guess. I said this earlier in the model review, but at the same time, I love these acronyms. So, HADES stands for Hyperanimosity Detect Estimate System. And when activated, the HADES forcibly disables all the mobile suit's limiters to draw out 100% of the machine's performance. It also transmits the optimal solution from a learning computer to the pilot and can even forcibly maneuver the mobile suit on its own if it so chooses. Again, that's some pretty sketchy shit, but it wouldn't be this cool if it wasn't a little dangerous. Oh, and did I mention it's a fucking psychic? Yeah, the HADES can predict the enemy movements. Not all the time, but pretty fucking close. With HADES active, the exhaust vents of the mobile suit become red hot due to the forceful venting of gases. And like the exam system, the mobile suit's sensors also begin to glow red, which makes this thing look so fucking cool. The Todesritter's pilot is Chloe Croce, who was also the pilot of the original Pale Rider. And due to being brain-fucked from the Augusta New Type lab, she suffers from mild cognitive impairment and memory loss, which, believe it or not, comes in handy when you're committing horrible atrocities and war crimes. The Todesritter's armament includes weapons diverted from other Neo Zeon mobile suits, allowing it to fight against contemporary mobile suits of the day. Its combat capabilities are further boosted with the equipping of the Incom, a type of wire-guided remote weapon. You know, the thing that I failed to install on this model? The Todesritter also borrowed that sick-ass gun from the AMX 008 Galzom, and it's called the Hyper Knuckle Buster. It's almost as if Neo Zeon said, hey, make a list of all the cool shit we've ever developed and we're gonna slap it on one mobile suit and it's gonna be called the fucking Death Knight. I don't know about you guys, but I totally support that kind of energy. This motherfucker has a goddamn power rating of 4.1 megawatts. Here, allow me to put that into perspective for you. Granddad's beam rifle clocks in at a paltry 1.38 megawatts in comparison, which is nothing to shake a stick at, but the Hyper Knuckle Buster is shitting all over it. The shield that you see equipped to the Todesritter came from the AMX 107 Beowulf. The shield features 5 built-in mega particle guns, each with an output of about 0.77 megawatts. The muzzles can be moved to some extent, and 3 central muzzles can be converged to create a more powerful beam. The backpack is equipped with a sub-generator, 2 thruster binders, and 2 propellant tanks, and I love the way propellant tanks look on mobile suits. Nothing says I'm fast, strong, and agile than adding 2 propellant tanks to the suit. Fuck it, add 4, not 6.
8, 95, 9,000 propellant tanks. Add all the fucking propellant tanks you want to the suit because it makes it look fucking awesome.
Fun fact about myself, my all-time favorite Mortal Kombat character is Goro. And guess what? This bad bitch has 4 arms! That's right, as if this thing couldn't get any more cool, a pair of sub-arms that the HADES could control independently were also added to the shoulders. The pair of simplified arms are typically used by the Todesritter to utilize the hyper beam sabers in combat. Thanks to these hidden arms, the Todesritter can simultaneously deploy an attack with all 4 of its beam sabers, officially making it the coolest goddamn mobile suit ever created. And at this point, I'm not even going to say that that is my opinion. That's a fact. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. The HADES Todesritter is the equivalent to Broly from the Dragon Ball Z series. He's just so goddamn cool. And also, depending upon how you look at it, not exactly canon.
Until recently, yeah. Until recently when they fucked Broly up. But that's another conversation that I'm not prepared to have.
Seeing as how I neglected to bring up the sub-arms in the model kit review, I want to take a moment to point out that you get a lot of articulation out of these arms, surprisingly, allowing you to get a lot of both offensive and defensive poses out of this thing. The model kit is absolutely gorgeous. I love this high grade more than any other premium Bandai high grade I've ever built. And when you fully kit this thing out, it's tall. So you should keep that in mind when deciding what pose you intend to keep the suit in. I am extremely thankful that this suit turned out as cool as it did. I would hate to be somebody whose favorite suit got turned into the real grade Zeta. And I'm pretty sure it was obvious to you guys that it was impossible for me to remove my bias throughout this entire video. But I've got to say, dudes, 10 out of 10, would absolutely buy again, and I highly recommend. Alright, bros, what'd you guys think? Pretty dope, huh? I know I think so. Love this thing. I know it's not without its faults, but it also holds a really special place in my heart. I did so much digging trying to find translated manga panels, playing a game that is but even still I've been collecting the missing Link suits ever since. I owe a lot of my enjoyment with Gunpla to the AMX 018 HADES Todesritter. I really hope that one day we get a master grade of this thing, or a real grade. That shit would knock everybody's socks off. Dude, the only thing that could compete against this thing, and deserving a real grade in my opinion, is the Moon Gundam, and a close third is the G-Self. But could you imagine this thing? All that detail in real grade? Oh my god! Make it $100 fucking. I don't care, I'll buy it. I hope you could tell how much I love this thing. And if you can find it for the right price, definitely pick it up. I display mine pretty prominently amongst my collection, even without all the wires. And I think you would as well. Just whatever you do, put the gold stickers on it. Alright guys, that's the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I want to take a second to say thanks to everybody that stops by to check the videos out. All the new subscribers on Twitch. Everybody that's making my TikTok blow up. That's fucking dope. I don't even try on TikTok and it seems like it's doing pretty good. I recently changed the name of my Twitch channel to X, Papa Nick X. So it's no longer the BDE Gaming. Don't worry, there's a new link in the description. I also want to give a big shout out to GundamRepublik.com for their continued support of the show. Those guys are legit the best. And remember, you can use Papa Plamo 10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. If you enjoy my content here, go to any of the social media sites that you see linked below, give me a follow, and let's kick it. I like you more than a friend, and I'll see you guys next time.